Welcome back, everyone, as we're here to take a look at the next link in the chain in sentence structure, compound complex sentences. Now, hopefully you've got a good understanding of simple, compound, and complex sentences. If you don't, stop. You need to go get that information, and one place you can get it is right here on this YouTube channel. I have some video lessons made for those topics. And you also need a good understanding of clauses before even any of that will make sense. Again, there are videos that cover those topics right here on this channel. It's not the only place you can get it, but that's a handy place. With that in mind, if you've got a good understanding of those things, let's dig into the last piece of the puzzle, compound complex sentences. Compound complex sentences, as the name implies, contain the elements of both compound sentences, which are independent clause, co-joining element, in that case it would be a conjunction, and an independent clause, or else in place of the comma we would have a semicolon and then no conjunction. But two independent clauses nonetheless, two or more frankly, are the definition of a compound sentence. Combining those elements with the elements of a complex sentence where we have an independent clause and a subordinate clause. One independent and at least one subordinate. You can have many subordinate clauses and one independent and it will still be a complex sentence. But we're going to look today about what happens if you also have more than one independent clause and at least one subordinate clause. That's what we call a compound complex sentence. Its definitions here: 2 plus ICs, independent clauses, and 1 or more subordinate clauses, SCs. Again, wherever you see the red asterisk, that is a co-joining element, just a reminder. Either a conjunction or some sort of subordinator, like a relative pronoun or a coordinating conjunction or a subordinating adverb. But anyway, there are many forms to some of these, and so we can imagine that as we get into combining them, we can have different orders too. But in the next slide, we're going to look at not only how we form it, but also some of the pitfalls of things that are not quite up to the definition of compound complex sentences. So let's take a look. Next slide here, we'll talk about how we form them and why we would form them. Well, we form them because we want to get rid of choppy speech. You know, here we can see 3 separate thoughts, 3 independent clauses, 3 sentences. I'm tired. I need sleep. I'm going home. Those are 3 things you're thinking and feeling, but if you say it that way, you sound choppy, kind of like a caveman or a first-time learner of your language. So what we're going to do is combine them. And here they're combined as a compound complex sentence. Let's take a look together. In fact, let me grab some of my pens in case I need to take some notes here. I'm going home, independent clause, because I'm tired. Notice that this subordinating conjunction makes this now a subordinate clause. And there we've got just that, right? We've got a complex sentence here, don't we? SC and then, IC, let me make that right. IC followed by SC yields a complex sentence. However, we don't have to end it there, do we? We can move forward and combine that third one. So instead of saying I'm going home because I'm tired, I need sleep, we could combine it in there and say I'm going home because I'm tired and I need sleep. Let me use my red for my co-joiners. In this case, it is a simple conjunction. Now we have a compound complex sentence, don't we? Because we have 2 or more independent clauses in the black, and in the middle of them, we have a subordinate clause, because I need sleep. So there you have it once again. I'm going home because I'm tired and I need sleep. Now I dropped one of my pens, so let me get it back here and work forward from here. On the next slide, we'll see some other variants and some not quite compound complex variants. Let's take a look at that first one. Keeping in mind our 3 independent clauses, our 3 original thoughts are I'm tired, I need sleep, I'm going home. Here's one for you. I'm tired and I'm going home because I need sleep. Now this time we have independent clause, subordinate clause. You may recall that in the last one, let me bring it back real quickly. In the last one, we had independent clause, subordinate clause, independent clause. Well, here are those same three thoughts, those same three clauses, but different order and different ones are being made subordinate, right? I'm going home because I'm tired and I'm going home because I need sleep. Does it meet the definition? Do we have two independent clauses? Yes, we do. Joined by a conjunction as our cojoiner. And then that sentence there, which by itself is an independent clause made of independent clauses, that's why it can stand alone, is joined to a subordinate clause. Because I need sleep. Because a subordinating conjunction makes this subordinate. So it meets a definition. 2 ICs, 1 SC. But let's take a look at a couple of our asterisk cousins down here, starred I should say, and let's see what they turn out to be. They're legitimate means of expressing the thought, but are they truly compound complex? Let's find out, okay? Since I'm tired and I need sleep, I'm going home. In fact, notice I've put in parentheses elements we could drop out. We probably would say this. Since I'm tired and need sleep, I'm going home. But notice what we're not saying out loud, but are implying. Since I'm tired and since I need sleep. Those are both subordinate clauses, right? Since I'm tired is clearly a subordinate clause. Since I need sleep is another. So we have subordinate clause, and independent clause. So what we end up with there is just a large, sort of a complex sentence. Isn't that? This is a complex sentence, not compound. So it's just got two subordinate clauses, one independent clause. How about the next one? I'm going home because I'm tired and I need sleep. Notice I put because in parentheses because we probably won't say it. But we really mean it, don't we? I'm going home because I'm tired and because I need to sleep. So again, we have two subordinate clauses. And this time I didn't write these in red because I didn't want to give it away. But these are the two subordinating conjunctions that make each of the clauses that follow subordinate. So we can't get away from the fact that those are subordinate clauses. So again, two subordinate clauses, one independent clause. So be careful of that as you go forward and look. Don't be fooled that just because something has three clauses and one of them is a complex, and that one of them is subordinate, so that you know you have elements of a complex sentence. Don't be fooled into thinking it's compound complex necessarily. It must have two independent clauses to be compound complex. If it's just a single independent clause with a bunch of subordinate clauses, it's simply a complex sentence going on in its complexity, if I can say that. So I hope that helps. Study that, and we'll see you next time.